Welcome to my channel, Every Devotee Has a Story. Today I'm going to, or rather try to address a question I've heard in a lot of debates. What is the origin of the soul and how does it come into this material world? So I will give the answer or address this question, what our Gurudev had told in one of his books. This is a conversation which was again written in a book, and rather than giving my own opinion or my own interpretation, I will read it from the book itself. The book is called The Search for Sri Krishna. It's a beautiful book. I will have a link in the description box as well, and you can download it. So let's try to explain the origin of the soul and why it comes into the material world. I will read it to you from the book, so I hope you will bear with me and and with my accent. So here we go. Origin of the soul. Since time immemorial, man has inquired about the origin of the soul. In this brief chapter, Srila Sridhar Maharaj answers this most vital of all questions. Who am I? Where have I come from? How does the soul appear in this world? From what stages of spiritual existence does he fall into the material world? So, viewers, these are the two most important questions that at what from what stage he falls into this material world. This is a broad question which requires some background information. There are two classes of souls, jivas, who come into this world. One class comes from the spiritual Vaikuntha planets by the necessity of Nitya Leela, the eternal pastimes of Krishna. Another comes by constitutional necessity. The Brahmjyoti, the non-differentiated marginal plane, is a source of infinite Jiva souls. So this is Gurudev is saying where the Jiva souls actually come from the Brahmjyoti. Atomic spiritual particles of non-differentiated character. So explaining the nature. The rays of the Lord's transcendental body are known as the Brahmjyoti. So it's also explaining the origin of Brahmjyoti. And a pencil of a ray of the Brahmjyoti is the Jiva. That's quite self-explanatory. The Jiva soul is an atom in that effulgence, and Brahmjyoti is a product of an infinite number of Jiva atoms. Generally, soul emanate from Brahmjyoti, which is living and growing. Within the Brahmjyoti, their equilibrium is somehow disturbed and movement begins. Okay, this is interesting. From non-differentiation, differentiation begins. So there you go. From a plain sheet of uniform consciousness, individual conscious units grow. And because the jiva is conscious, it is endowed with free will. So from the marginal position, they choose either the side of exploitation or the side of dedication. And the side of exploitation, what Gurudev means is the material world, the mundane world. Krishna Bhuli se Jiva Anadi Bahirmukha. Anadi means that which has no beginning. When we enter the land of exploitation, we come within the factor of time, space, and thought. And when we come to exploit, action and reaction begins in the negative land of lone. There you go, my friends. Although we strive to become masters, really we become losers. Goloka and Vaikuntha servitors are also seen to be within the jurisdiction of the Brahmand, the material universe. But that is the only a play, a leela. They come from that higher plane only to take part in Lord's pastimes and then return. So these are the highly evolved souls. The fallen souls come from the marginal position from within the Brahmajyoti and not from Vaikuntha. So Gurudev here is making a clear distinction between these two souls. The first position of a soul in the material world will be like that of a Brahma, the creator. Then his karma may take him to the body of a beast like tiger, where he is surrounded within tigerish mentality, or to the body of a tree or creeper, where different impressions may surround him. In this way, one is involved in action and reaction.
the case is complex, to analyze the details of the history of a particular atom is unnecessary. So Gurudev is saying that you don't have to go too much into it. This is just too complex for our mind to understand. We are concerned with the general thing, how the transformation of the material conception springs from pure consciousness. So there you have it, friends. Gurudev has very nicely explained the origin of the soul and how we end up in this mundane world. So I hope you found this useful. I'm trying to keep videos very short. And if you need, as I said, I'll put a link of the book in the description box, and you can download it from there. So I'll bring another topic which is asked by Hindus, non-Hindus, and try to give the answers, from our point of view. And so I'll see you soon. Take care. God bless.